What's up, Eurovision people? Do you love Eurovision as much as me? Reactions, live streams, discussions. This is the place to be. Come and subscribe. What are you waiting for? My content is free and honest. Come find me on Instagram. See you. And it's another Wednesday, just before you know it. It's another Wednesday. What's up, Eurovision people? My name is Sean, and on my channel, I talk about all things Eurovision, and Ervin made it just in time.
Perfect timing.
Fashionably late.
Timing. You missed nothing. I mean, you only missed the intro that you've seen a couple of times before. So you missed nothing.
Good.
Nice haircut, by the way.
Thank you.
Cool.
It was very overdue, so.
Now we get the compliments out of the way so we can fight later.
Yeah.
Get those compliments out of the way. So
sounds like a plan.
Later. Welcome to our third live stream for this year's Eurovision reactions with these lovely people. My name is Sean, and I am joined by some very lovely guests that you have all met at least once before on my channel. And I will let you introduce yourselves, starting with a plane from Malta to Iceland via Estonia.
1, 2, 3. Hello everyone to the third live stream. ESTON from Estonia, EPIXEUROVISIONGUY, inside the WhoSee Eurovision Museum. I'm moving around for every live stream, so looking for every corner to set as the backdrop. So come and visit. And thank you, Sean, for welcoming me once again.
The pleasure is mine. From Iceland, we go to London, or close to London.
Close to London.
Ish.
Hi,
London.
I'm Sophie. I was here last week. Again, coming to you from not a very exciting location, but this time I'm not in Essex, I'm in Surrey. So I've gone from one side of London to the other. So exciting, guys. Yeah, happy to be here again.
And from England, we go to Budapest, where we have our ESCBubble boss, making it just in time. You watched it, Ervin.
Hello, everyone. Back from Budapest again. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how many disagreements we're going to have today.
I feel like
probably
it's
more
be
than
a
the
lot.
first semi-final
Yeah.
first half.
I mean, it would be about time, no?
Yeah, honestly, we have to get going now.
Yep.
It's the third Wednesday, so we're overdue for some punch-offs. But just before we begin, we have quite a few people watching tonight, so I invite you to subscribe if you have not subscribed already. My channel is full of Eurovision content, and you love Eurovision, so do we. It's a match. Come and subscribe. Also, so you can watch these live streams that we're going to be having every Wednesday until the end of this month. But it won't be finishing just there, because we will be meeting up during Eurovision week as well. And while you're at it, these live streams are meant to be fun. Even though you're going to see us fight, we love it. It's fun. So pull up a drink. I'm not drinking today because I have a sore throat that I am nursing.
We're drinking tea, both you and
Giving
me.
it to me. I'm getting a cold as well. We've all
I
shared
swear,
the germs at LEP.
I think it's the London virus.
The mystery
I
soul.
think it's the London virus, because my friends are sick as well. But for those
I
of you who
haven't
are
been
not
in
sick-
London and I'm sick.
Oh,
But
okay.
I did have, remember, Monday visit from the London.
Yeah,
London,
you
so
sent it,
yeah.
and they gave it
It's
to
still
us.
connected. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a pandemic. It's a pandemic.
I had no connections
Um,
with London whatsoever, so I'm good.
So you're safe.
You're safe, Ervin. You're
One of us
safe.
has to be.
And for those of you watching, come and talk to us on the live chat. We will be pulling up your comments. We're going to be interacting with you. The SHAUUNZERS show. I like this. I like this. I could copyright that. No record the lips today. No record the lips today.
Too many of
But-
them at the weekend.
Yeah, but to come and talk to us on the live chat. And if you're watching this on the replay and you want to skip to your countries, you can find them on the timestamps in the description below. Okay.
Are you
kicking
going to add
things
them on
off
time this
is-
time, Sean? Or
Last week I had them on Thursday, so it was
Okay.
It was roughly okay. It was there. Today we're going to be talking about the first 8 countries in semi-final 2. That is the first half, meaning we're going to discuss Australia, Montenegro, Ireland, Latvia, Armenia, Austria, Greece, and Lithuania. And before this live stream, I gathered everyone's top 8 to see where we're going to disagree, and I can guarantee that tonight it's going to be a fight. It is going to be a fight. And we're not wasting any time because we're kicking things off with Australia, Gojo and the Milkshake Man. And I want to start on a positive note, so I'm going to go to Sophie first. What do you think of Australia?
Yeah, again, I find myself being frustrated about the fact that Australia understand Eurovision better than the UK. Yeah, this is great. I mean, I'm always going to advocate for songs like this at Eurovision. We need fun songs like this. And I already liked it on first listen. I think the actual composition of the song is really interesting. I love the fact that, especially in like the pre-chorus, it kind of sounds like a Mario Kart loading screen. I'm like, but also kind of like it has kind of like glam rock, kind of 70s David Bowie vibes as well. So I think Gojo as an artist is really intriguing to me, but it really kind of came together at the weekend when we saw him at London Eurovision Party. I mean, when you listen to the song for the first time, you know that like the bridge bit, when I say sweet, sweet, you say yum, yum, everybody's going to be chanting along to it. Stuff like this is like an instant kind of catchy thing that people pick up at Eurovision. And, you know, we always say there's no formula for the perfect Eurovision song, but stuff like that is never going to go amiss. But yeah, seeing that live at London Eurovision Party and everybody being swept up by it, yeah, it made me appreciate it even more. So yeah, love it. It's probably, I think I have it just outside of my top 10 or possibly towards the bottom half of my top 10. But yeah, I love this.
Let the disagreements kick in. I literally went to the bathroom. I went to the bathroom during LEP when this song was playing. I just don't like it. I'm sorry. I never did. When I reacted to it, I don't want to use the word outraged because I'm not prude like that. But these lyrics.
Hang on a second. Where have you got it, comma, in your ranking though?
Where ich komme third.
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah,
you know,
thank you.
Completely different songs. Completely different
completely
songs.
different
bringing
songs,
that
but
up.
in terms of like raunchiness, probably on par with each other, right? If you're
Yeah.
taking issue with that.
I feel like
Completely different songs.
I mean,
No,
I'll
songs are
talk about
different,
Finland.
but if you're talking about both being very like, ooh,
Yeah, that's the
Come
only
on.
thing I'm comparing. Not
I
the
feel
songs.
like Finland, though. I mean, I'll talk about Finland next week, but I feel like let's just stick to Australia. I feel like this is just cheap. It's just cheap. At least Finland tells a story. It actually tries to pair the rhythm of the last 30 seconds with the fact that she's literally about to finish off. And I feel like it's done in a very, very thoughtful way. This is just, do you want a taste of the milkshake? The song is literally about sperm, right? I mean, there's no and Erica's not trying to hide it. Gojo's like, I want to be the mascot of self-confidence. I want to make you guys all confident. By what? Jerking off in the middle of the street? Like what is I don't get it. I really don't get it. I will say, however, that people love this song, and I think that the musicality of it does have a bit of a viral quality. It is immediate. However, it really isn't for me. And I feel like Gojo is actually, like, half the time on his PR, I feel like he doesn't want to be there.
Huh?
I don't know. Yeah,
I'm
I
not
feel like
getting
he
that
doesn't-
at all.
yeah,
That is the
I
complete
feel like it's very
opposite.
forceful.
I don't get that. I'm sorry.
I don't know. Maybe it's
I
because
think
mean-
I've
I don't like the
actually
song.
had him come up like out of this year's contestants. He's been on my feed the most, and I don't follow many of the people, and he keeps
He
coming
was
out.
serving the bouncy ball
Yeah.
He was
quite
serving that
gladly.
bouncy ball. He was serving that bouncy ball. Last thing I would say about this is I don't think it's an obvious qualifier. Yeah, I don't think it's an obvious qualifier. Australia
know.
does not have televote reliability. I think it will find its way in the final if they don't over-sexualize the performance like they did with Oli Alexander last year. That's the only way I can see it go through.
Well, like I
ESTON.
said, I feel like Australia know better than us, so you know.
I mean, the bar is on the floor.
This is true. Sorry, continue.
ESTON, what's your favorite milkshake flavor?
Chocolate, vanilla, and some special with the
Lactose-free.
creme brulee, lactose-free, and all the others. Listen, the shake is not a song, it's a state of mind. It's a yum song, and I loved it from the first listen. I think it's so fun. I totally agree with Sophie. Australia just gets Eurovision, probably better than most European countries, at least like UK and Germany. Forget about it. It's a televote magnet. Now it's not going to win the semi. It's not going to come even close, at least point-wise. It is safely qualifying. The casuals will love it, and I'm very confident it will not be overly sexual, because it is the opener of the semi-final. And I think if it was, or if Australia had any plans to make it very sexual, they would not put it first. They would put Ireland first. So yeah, they will hopefully bring the milkshake van to the stage and have a very cool staging. So yeah, fingers crossed. I'm really rooting for this one. It is firmly in my top 10.
I mean, when you guys say you think it won't be sexual because it's opening the show, you do remember that Albania opened in 2022 with an orgy on stage, right?
Didn't she have to change her costume though? They had to reapprove it.
She didn't change the choreo.
Well,
She did change the choreo as well, actually, a little bit.
It was more sexual than that?
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Well, the EBU didn't. The EBU opened with it, so I don't know what we're getting.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Good point.
Ervin, quickly, your thoughts on Australia?
I'm actually more on Sean's side here, so I think that like the universe is in normal, because Eston and I disagree again. You have it close to your top 10, like I have it outside of my top 30, let's say. I absolutely dislike this song. I get it that a lot of people love it because it's catchy. I get it that a lot of people are going to sing along to it, especially the sweet, sweet, yum, yum part, like they apparently did at the London Eurovision party. But this is just really, really, really not for me.
Ervin's allergic to fun, guys, if you didn't know.
Yeah.
Sophie's looking to get fired, but okay.
You're already fired.
I'm in a good spot. I'm not hired by Ervin. I don't work for Ervin. I can say whatever the hell I want.
No, the thing is, like, I actually really enjoy these type of songs and like call them joke entries. But this one, I just really there's something about it that is really just like not working for me, and it's making me like dislike it even more.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Ervin and I both have Bara Bada Bastu in our top 5s, so we like the fun. But I just sweet, sweet, yum, yum. It reminds me of when I say honey, you say G, honey, G. That's literally what
And we
it
love
reminds
that,
me of.
and we're here for that.
Well, transitioning from the fun to the more serious side of things, Montenegro's back at Eurovision, and they did not spare us the drama this year, because I had to react twice to the Montenegrin Eurovision song this year. And let's see what we think about Montenegro. Sophie.
Yeah, I think me and Ervin actually blogged the Montenegro final together way back in October. That was what a roller coaster.
My condolences.
It wasn't bad.
Long,
come on.
No, it wasn't too bad. It
I
was
don't think it was bad.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't bad. And if anything, a shock winner like that kind of makes it a bit more exciting. So that was good.
We do love
anyway,
a shock winner, don't we?
We do. But Nina Žižić, I mean, she's an icon, she's a legend, and she is the moment. But I do have my concerns, and I don't think this is going to qualify. I think this is a really fantastic ballad, and she's such an amazing performer. And the only thing I have to say to her is, why did she not sing Igranka at LEP? I'm really upset about that.
Oh my god! Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why did she not do that? I guess she would have needed someone to do the rap part, but anyway. Yeah. So
Jerry Hale sang Leona's part.
That's true. Okay,
This was
I'm
something I
retracting
thought
my
about a
support.
lot in LEP. Why did so many people get to sing second and third songs? And
Yeah,
Prince, Nina Žižić, Mirjana Conte, they only sang one. Like, is it their choice
this does
or
happen. Yeah, I don't know how it works, but sometimes I think this time last year Conchita came and she did like a 4-song set, and it was just crazy. But
wow?
yeah, I don't know how they work it out. It doesn't make a lot of
And then we
sense.
had Clement taking 15 minutes of our time singing all the
No,
Eurovision
I
winners.
love that. No, I love that. Anyway, we're getting off topic.
Yeah.
Nina Žižić, yeah, an incredible performer, and the ballad is a really solid ballad. But my worry is that it's just that. It doesn't really have anything to help it stand out. And of course, it's been given the death spot, which is a shame because I think it's really strong entry, but I don't see where else they would have put it in the lineup. Yeah, I do really like it, but I'm unfortunately expecting the worst for it.
Okay. Ervin.
Well, I mean, for me, this is a little bit like, I don't know.
It's about talking about your. It's like talking about your ex, right?
No, not because of that, but like Nina is a good friend of mine, and I've known her for so many years, and like we hang out whenever I'm in Montenegro, whenever she's here in Hungary, and I'm torn. I wanted to see her back in Eurovision for years, and unfortunately, she didn't really come with the song that I feel suits her best. Because in my opinion, she's so much better than this song. The song fails to, like, I don't know, deliver that power that I feel like it should have, like a Balkan ballad like this should have, and it just falls flat in a way. Not vocally or anything like that. It's like Nina is gonna sing the pants off of any song that she sings, but I feel that like there should have been a little bit more creativity in this song. And when they were actually revamping it, instead of making it a little bit more James Bond, which is what they did, they should have like maybe influenced it a little bit more with like a Balkan touch, slightly more than like than the original version, let's say, had. Again, like I don't know what they're planning for the stage performance, but I'm guessing that like it's going to be more or less similar to what was in the national selection, because also the video clip is pretty much that. So unfortunately, I don't really have high hopes that Nina's going to qualify. But I'd be very happy if she does, because I really like her.
ESTON.
Nothing against Nina. Nothing against the voice. It's a really good voice, but the song is just so boring. It's like this classic Balkan ballad, which I never have had much love for, but it's just there's nothing there. For the first 30 seconds, she doesn't even sing. There's just this big intro, which then doesn't lead to anywhere. The staging probably gonna be some nice lighting contrast. She's gonna sing it well. That's it. It has honestly fewer chances to qualify than Don's last year. This has absolutely nothing. It's in the death spot. Like I see no chance. This and one other ballad coming in the second half. These are completely dead on arrival for me. I don't see a way out. No way.
I love how you gave us the cliffhanger about the other ballots coming in the second half. Spoiler alert, he's talking about Israel.
Sure.
There are other ballads.
I wish.
I know. I love this
Georgia,
song.
Czechia.
Yeah, take a guess. I love this song. I do agree that it's not immediate and it doesn't show off Nina Žižić in her best, but I love it. I really wanted to qualify. I don't think she will. I hate the staging. I really wish they changed this color scheme, which just looks so miserable. It reminds me of Bones in 2018, and even Bones had a little bit of green. This is just black and white. I Montenegro, we got to do better. We got to do better. We need to find a creative director. that can. I can find you one myself, but please, for the love
Ervin.
of God, we got to do better. I love this, and I really wanted to qualify. I loved it at London Eurovision Party. The song I think is like my 14th in my top 37. But yeah, I think we can all agree that I think it's so like this song coming in the number 2 spot for me brings up the debate of should we just let the running order be decided by a draw, because every time an Eastern European country has to go up in spot number 2 that clearly the EBU doesn't have great relations with, this is just enough now. I mean, you're not going to put Sweden in the number 2 spot, are you, EBU? You're not going to
I
put
mean,
Australia.
they did put Serbia in an excellent spot. They did put Croatia in an excellent spot. Neither song deserved it. And who else would have been in number 2 in this half, really?
There are only 2 number 2 spots in each year in the semifinals, and I don't think they can put Serbia, Croatia, and Montenegro in the number 2 spot, all of them. And
especially because Croatia and Serbia drew second half. So
exactly. But yeah, I mean, every year Serbia was number 2 last year. Poland is in the first semi. I'm just tired of this whole EBU concoction. But yeah, Montenegro, I hope to God we see you next year with a different delegation and a different head of delegation, but we'll talk about that. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Let's transition to Ireland now. And I'm really curious because we actually have thoughts on this, all 4 of us. Ervin, why don't you start?
Laika's been dead for about like 60, 70, 80 years, as much as she is. And like, enough with her. Like, I don't know what's this obsession that like the Norwegians have towards Laika, because there was a song in the Norwegian Melody Grand Prix a couple of years ago by Hungry Hearts, which was also about Laika, called Laika. And now Emmy's bringing it from Norway for Ireland. I don't know. It's like, it's the kind of music that like reminds me sort of like my childhood, and these like, I don't know, the village fairs that you have, and like this is the sort of music that they were playing like around these like, I don't know, like roller coasters and stuff like that, like whilst you're waiting in the queue, or like at the bumper cars. Like this is the kind of music that they would play. So this is what this song reminds me of in a way. It's cheerful, it's happy. Whether it's going to qualify or not, I genuinely haven't got the slightest idea, because I feel that like it can literally go either way. I won't be surprised whatever happens, but one thing is that like I'm probably never going to play this song by choice.
Okay, hater. ESTON.
Have you met me?
Yeah, well.
Where are these flags?
I'm ready with all of the flags.
Yeah.
I don't have all of them, just some of them.
I actually have a mini. I got an Estonian one, but I wasn't in that video, so I didn't get to. I'll bring it.
Well, maybe you'll see some more flags in the next live streams. Stay tuned. I like the song. It's cute and fun song, and the topic itself and it being childish, like I don't mind. It's not a typical love song or let's go party song. Like the theme is something unique for Eurovision, at least. Whether or not it will qualify, like Ervin said, we have no clue. We have like 4 or 5 candidates for 1 spot, maybe 2 maximum. So semi-final 2 is incredibly difficult to predict. But I actually like the song more when it came out. It's been dropping for me lately. Like I'm slowly getting bored of it. Like, yeah, I hope Laika is alive, and a bum bum, but a dum bum 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 bum. Which is probably like if something makes it qualify, it's that hook which will maybe be stuck in people's minds. I'm not too confident about the staging, though. I'm not too confident about her vocals. I'm not confident about the dancers. I'm not confident about anything. So that's perhaps something what makes me think at the moment that it probably will not qualify. And there are some other high tempo pop songs that perhaps could take its spot. So yeah, I like it. I don't love it. It's growing off of me, and I'm not too confident about Basel. That's where I stand at the moment.
The man is not confident, but is the girl confident? Sophie?
I kind of agree actually. I really loved this in Eurosong, but for some reason it has also been growing off of me. But you know, the thing about Eurovision is they've only got 1 3-minute slot, and people aren't, if they don't want to, going to have to necessarily listen to this many times over after they've seen it. So maybe that's not something we need to worry about. What I will say about Ireland is I'm really glad that they haven't reverted back to their old ways of sending really middle of the range stuff. They haven't done a UK, they've done some critical thinking and they've thought, you know, let's keep sending Eurovision stuff. And this song is made for Eurovision. So out of the selection, it was definitely the best pick, I think. Again in a lineup of very kind of middle of the road songs that would have been forgotten and probably wouldn't have qualified. Yeah, I'm also not sure if this is going to qualify. I think it's definitely borderline. But I think out of all the borderline ones, it probably has the best chance. I think it really comes down to the staging and how it all sort of ties together. But it's kind of hard to imagine it because you think about it on that little stage in Ireland and with like one LED, it's hard to imagine how they're going to scale it up. But it needs to be done right for it to kind of really click with people, I think. But yeah, it's catchy, it's instant, it's a lot of fun. I enjoy listening to it when it comes on. It's probably not in my top few, but I enjoy it. And I think if it does get to the final, sure, it might not come in the bottom. I don't know where it will come. It depends. Yeah, I think it depends a lot on the staging for this one.
I like the song. For me, it's giving that Aqua Barbie vibe, which I think has had a bit of a renaissance in the last couple of years. It does remind me a bit of Dandigida, and they are Norwegian as well.
It's not as good as that, but
no, it's not. But it reminds me. It can be categorized in that lane. I don't think this is an obvious qualifier, and I think it actually will not qualify, especially since there are quite a few things going against it. I think the running order doesn't help it. I think that Emmy has said that she wants the staging to be very similar to what we've seen at Eurosong, and Marvin will be doing this. The guy does not have a great track record with fun songs. Let's be honest. So I don't know how far this can go. Ireland reminds me of the busker, liked in the fandom, but won't go further. You're not the first person, Martin, who has made this comparison on my channel, and I kind of see it. Not in the sense that the songs are similar, but we kind of wanted to see the busker do well. We liked the fun, small, unsuccessful Eurovision country, Malta, Ireland. But yeah, I don't think it will go very far with the casuals. I just don't see it. Well, Ireland, best of luck. What can I say? Moving on to Latvia with Burman.
From Burman.
From what?
From Bummam, Bum 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 Bum.
Oh,
Burman.
Nice.
Ervin, start the hate.
This is one of the least favorite songs of this year's Eurovision for me. Oh wow, the face that ESTON just gave. I just don't connect with this song whatsoever. The girls are amazing. They sing great. Their harmonies are great. The song, literally, I wouldn't listen to if I was paid to.
I think it's time for me to say, you're fired.
Get him off the stream.
Wow, short and sweet. ESTON, what are those faces?
I'm torn with this. Like, the song itself, I never listened to it. Never. It's not a song that you play on Spotify.
I thought you were going to completely disagree with me that like this is your like number one.
No. But I mean, you said it's a near the bottom of a list, I think that's a bit harsh. That's very harsh considering what else we have in the semi, especially. But the staging, the first time that I saw it, the semi-final one, and they didn't change much for the final, I was impressed. I was like, okay, I discarded the song, but like the staging is great. The way they present the song, it makes you interested in it. And I think that first impression is the key, that if Latvia qualifies, that's what makes them qualify. People are like, oh my God, like this is a song that I would never listen to, but I'm intrigued. These are like 6 fairies from a Latvian forest, and what the hell is going on? But yeah, the song itself, I don't think it's strong enough to qualify. I preferred Ligo for sure from Supernova this year. Supernova was really strong, especially compared to its standards.
The strongest Supernova,
so it would
I
be,
remember.
Yeah, for sure. So it would be such a shame if Latvia doesn't qualify after such a national selection. And I was maybe even leaning to this side after Ligo's semifinal performance, which was a catastrophe, but the final was incredible. So, and I mean, they shared points with the top 3, and then Ligo was fourth.
So
like, they have to scrap this system. This is ridiculous. Like, you add the 12s and 10s from the jury and public vote, put them together, and then you end up in a scenario like this. And it doesn't matter if the public maybe prefers one song by a mile or only by a margin, it's still going to be a 2-point difference, and you have a tiebreak. And I don't like that system. I think it's
we're never going to have a perfect system. Like, literally, you can find faults in
but this is probably the worst.
But don't we have the same
I disagree, but like, yeah.
I don't know if the system is the worst, but that like final ranking with the points, looking at that was very painful. With all those, it was 4 songs tied with the same amount of points, wasn't it?
3 tied and 1 point off from the top 3.
Yeah, that was painful. But
and
yeah,
Ligo was the 4th
there's
one.
a problem with every kind of system. So
I'm just glad that like we didn't end up like Moldova in 2006 when like the same situation happened there. That like they had a 3-way tie for the winner, and at the end of the show they were like, okay, well, you know what? We're just going to host a new national final then, and we're going to choose the winner there. And then none of those 3 songs won, but a different one. So we ended up with Natalia Gordienko and Loka.
Guys, be grateful. I come from a country where for so many years we had a system with 18% televote and 70-something% jury. So be grateful for what you've got. I loved Ligo, and I do think that was an amazing song. And I also really liked Citizeni's song. I can't stand them, but I think the song was actually really, really good. And I agree with ESTON. When I watched the performances, I was team. I said, whoever they send between Ligo or Ramtai, I'll be happy. And I didn't like the performance of both. But then when I saw Tautumeitas, I was like, incredible vocals, incredible styling, incredible staging. They can dance. They are all in synchronization with each other. I mean, let's face it, this could have gone the other way of being lay nevera na 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 na, and
we've had plenty of these ethnic songs in Eesti Laul that have never gone anywhere. It's just staged so boringly where it doesn't go anywhere. This is the complete opposite.
Like this is the opposite. Yeah, this is staged really, really well. I'm just glad Latvia didn't pick Dansk Melody Grand Prix Girl.
Oh God,
the one that came second. I don't know what. Yeah. I don't know what the song was called, and I don't even want to know.
Heartbeat.
I think so. Yeah. But this is a good choice in my opinion. This song is in my top 10 this year. I absolutely love that Latvia is singing in Latvian, and Nordswee shares my opinion. And I just love the harmonies. I love the ethnic sounds. I love the beat. There's a lot of percussion in the song. And those of you who have been watching my videos for a long time, you know that I was up in the Blanca Paloma streets However, I think this will do much better in the televote than 5 points, because I think people would expect this kind of music from an Eastern European country, and I really think this music, this song will peak live. We watched it at London Eurovision Party. People cheered
It was good.
in those first 5 songs. I think they got the loudest applause by a clear mile. I think people don't have any expectations for this kind of product, but when it's delivered so well, it's going to blow people's minds off. And I think it's got a really good place in the running order because it is surrounded by forceful, cheap songs, in my opinion. I think this is going to qualify. I'm not 100% certain. I think it's borderline, but I really do think this is going to qualify. And I am happy to wear my I disagree with Ervin hat on this one because this song is fantastic. Sophie, any final thoughts?
Yeah, I basically sit somewhere in the middle of all of you. This is one of my bottom songs. It's not something I choose to listen to. I think with cultural songs or ethnic kind of songs like this, I really appreciate them and I understand the value of them being in Eurovision. But I don't know, maybe I'm just uncultured, but my ear is not trained to these really intricate sounds, and listening to it is just kind of a bizarre experience. It's I don't know, it's not kind of melodic in a way that I would enjoy listening to it. But I completely agree that on stage it comes to life. And the execution of it is so sleek. The costumes, the way it was staged in Supernova with like the drapey things, really excellent. And yeah, you know, the thing about Eurovision is it's not just a song contest, we've also got the vision part. So yeah, I mean, I think it's executed so well that maybe it could qualify, even if maybe the song itself isn't that strong for me personally. But yeah, I've really kind of done a 180 on this one as well.
Yeah, I do think it's something that you need to see more than you need to hear.
Yep.
And all the components will come together. A little bit like Constructa. You know how much I love Constructa? I don't stream Incorpore Sano ever.
Yeah.
But I
It's a
watch
good
that
example.
performance.
I do.
I watch that performance. I don't stream it at all. When it comes, I actually skip it. Sorry, Constructa, you know how much I love you and that I almost I almost fainted when I met you. But there are some songs, and you can't have too many of them because none of them will qualify. But I think in this semifinal, there's just one, and it's Latvia, where you have to listen with your eyes, and it is very unique, and it will stand out, in my opinion. But we can't make the stream only about Latvia. We're going to move on to Armenia. And our survivor, he's staying alive. Ervin, cue the positivity.
Finally. Like, this is going to be the first song in this semifinal that I actually really love. And I think this is like one of the very few times that I loved an Armenian entry. I don't know, like there's just something about it. Like, I love listening to vocally, he could improve. And also, like, he could also sing the entire song and like not have half of it on like pre-recorded backing vocals. ESTON is trying to say something, but like,
Clock it.
yes,
He'll get his turn.
No, like genuinely, like this is something similar to like what I would normally listen to, and I think that like this is why I also enjoy it quite a lot. I genuinely don't care how this does. I actually lean more towards it not qualifying rather than qualifying, but I'm just genuinely like, I'm just happy it's there. I'm gonna enjoy it in the semi-final. If it qualifies, amazing. I'm gonna enjoy it again in the final.
Short and sweet. Short and sweet. Sophie, what do you think of Staying Alive? I'm a survivor.
Look, it's a song.
No shit.
I think, look, the Armenian selection was not, I think we can all agree, it was not very strong. And this was probably the best of a bad bunch. I quite enjoyed I Papare By as well. But yeah, the live performance is actually pretty good. He does need to improve on the vocals, but I think maybe it can be forgiven because it's kind of that like gritty rock kind of influence that you can kind of get away with being a little bit off on the vocals. But I do wonder how they're going to kind of reimagine the staging, because, or was it Norway who said they were going to reimagine the staging, because they both had like the night
Norway had to
costume
change, I
going on.
think. Yeah,
Okay, so I guess they're
I
going
don't
to
think
keep
Norway
Norway.
will though.
Really?
slightly.
I think Kyle Alessandro is just on Instagram too much. I don't think they will.
Well, I guess we'll see.
I mean,
But
Kyle Alessandro told us in an interview that like they still decided to go with like the night outfits, so they're not.
There you
I'm
go.
guessing they're not going to change that many things.
well, I guess they're in
More
different
time
Was
for
channels.
that
Instagram then.
interview on ESCBubble with Nicola,
Of course, there was. You should check it.
whose name I can never manage to pronounce successfully, meaning I won't try. Where's Nicola on the chat? Nicola, get your ass over here. We want to hear your talk. Sorry, Sophie.
No, it's okay. Yeah, the song itself, I can kind of take it or leave it, to be honest. I think it's very middle of the road. The one thing I can't get over is the like chanty bit in the chorus, like it just sounds like a group of drunk men in a pub, like at a football
That's the
game.
best part.
Well, some people would agree.
Something that this
I-
country should send. Just 6 drunken Irishmen, and that would work fine.
Where's
Look,
your
this
Armenian flag?
I don't
yeah, he
have
doesn't
one
he doesn't
here.
have one. I think yeah, because of the drunk men in a pub thing, this is one for the straight male Eurovision viewers of the world, and that's fine, and maybe also Ervin. But I don't see how this is gonna stand out in this lineup at all. I just think it's kind of there, but I don't hate it. I just don't think there's much to like about it. Yeah, that's how I feel.
This is one of my least favorite songs of 2025. And I'm annoyed at it because it made me look like a hypocrite. Because when I did not follow Depi Evratizil, I literally reacted to the song and I had seen nothing. And I thought it was okay, but listening to it on the second time already, I was like, this song aged like, sometimes you go to a wedding and you hate the person that invited you to the wedding and you just went for the open bar and the free food and you just want to take as much as you want and you found this really nice piece of cheese and you put some in your pocket and then you forgot it's in your pocket and it turns up 3 weeks later.
It's quite a niche
Sean, that
metaphor.
sounds
sort of
oddly
weddings do you go to?
specific.
Experience.
and it's green. It happened to my mom once. It's green, it's moldy.
Yeah, sure. It's like it happened to a friend of mine.
No, I swear to God, it happened
Friend of
to
a
my
friend.
mom. And whenever she sees that red coat, she tells me the story. Moldy song. You listen to it the second time, throw away. Army. I'm sorry, Ervin. My love for you is eternal. However, I'm gonna disagree once more. This song just doesn't do anything for me, especially, and I'm pissed.
I will survive.
Lada Niva set such a nice
Stay
proceeding
alive.
for Armenia last year. Best result in basically a decade. Yeah, it was. I think it was a decade. No, just a little bit under a decade in Armenian, a song in Armenian fully, and we transitioned to I'm a Survivor.
Stay alive.
As we should.
I honestly stay alive after that song. I don't want to be alive. I don't think this is qualifying. I think it actually it does. Again, there is going to be this person on my channel who's like, what is this bullshit expectancy argument? I think the song, people like when the song comes on and people are like, Armenia, really? I just don't think it's gonna.
Ervin,
Oh,
what did
no.
you do?
And
Kicked him out finally.
my Wi-Fi. I was just about to say my Wi-Fi held up this live stream.
More or less.
I don't think this is qualifying at all, and it's a real pity that Armenia has to survive with this song because it's so forceful. ESTON, quickly, any thoughts about Armenia?
Yeah, I don't like it. Surprise. I think this is such a drop for Armenia. Like the national selection just doesn't seem to work. They had such good songs lately. Last year was really folky and fun and energetic. We had Brunette, we had Rosalind who went viral, and the song was great, and she was great. Now we have this mess. Like, honestly, I really hope this doesn't qualify, because it would take a spot away from probably someone
Yes.
who would deserve it a lot more, be it Latvia or be it even Ireland or Denmark,
Ooh, Latvia.
or like
Denmark
no,
has a good
no.
song.
Oh, here we
No
I
go.
spoilers.
really love
No
it.
spoilers.
We'll
No
get there. We'll
spoilers.
get there. That's next
Save
week.
it for next week.
Next
Save
week.
it for next week.
So yeah, Armenia just doesn't work for me. It's in my bottom 10 probably somewhere. I don't absolutely hate it. I never listen to it. I never play it. I never watch it. It's like, yeah, I will stay alive for the 3 minutes it's in Eurovision, but I will survive if it isn't in the final.
You know where I think we're gonna listen to the song? This is the perfect song to a Seat Ibiza SUV commercial when the car is driving along the highway. I'm a survivor. Wow, 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 wow.
Yeah.
It's a perfect song for that. But the song for Eurovision, I don't know.
Not for Eurovision. No.
Not for Eurovision. Wasted Love. Austria is bringing. Oh my God, I see the eye rolls already. Austria is bringing JJ to Eurovision 2025. And this song is one of the big favorites to win. ESTON. Do you think this can win Eurovision?
I think the chances of Austria winning Eurovision are definitely over 50%.
Wow.
I
Well,
would be
on the odds it
surprised.
says less than 20.
Surprised. Yeah, well, the odds said something about Switzerland being in like 4th or 5th or God knows where last year at this point as well.
Third.
Yeah, I've had a bit of a journey with this one already. When it came out, I didn't really like it that much, and I was like, God, just please, like, this can't win. Not ahead of Finland, not ahead of Sweden, not ahead of countries like that. But it has grown on me. The vocals are superb. I think the staging has lots of potential. I think this could be a runaway jury winner, which would already basically guarantee its victory. It is really popular among the fandom as well. Now the question is, will casuals get it and grab the phone to vote for it? But it doesn't really have much competition in its field, in its genre. And the ones that maybe are close to it, it is far better. So if they nail the staging, I think it is theirs to lose this year in Eurovision. And I like it. It's in my top 5, but I have other favorites that I would prefer seeing win. But yeah, at this point, I would bet on it winning.
Wow. Ervin.
See, for me, this entire year feels like 2017, when, just like personally 2017, because that was the year when I was just like so off. And my music taste like did not coincide with the results like whatsoever. And I feel that like that's going to happen, or that could happen this year again.
No need to worry.
No need to worry.
Give me a body.
Thanks for that.
We're
Basically,
gonna do Verona
like,
next.
I actually watched the semi-final one of 2017 like 3 weeks ago or something. And when I saw the postcard for Slavko, I'm like, where do I know that face? It was you. It was you.
Wait,
It was
Ervin was
me, yes.
in the postcard?
Yes, I was.
I have so many questions, but okay, continue. I have to just look it up. Thank you,
Slavko
Sean.
didn't say, give me your body. He wasn't talking to nobody.
Well, we're not talking about Slavko in space in this one.
I wish we were.
But thanks for that. Yeah,
We
back
can
to
do a
Austria.
Slavko special.
That's for next week then. Yeah, back to Austria. I mean, for me, this is not wasted love. It's wasted 3 minutes. It's a bad version of Nemo's The Code with a slightly more, with a little bit more of opera. Again, not the kind of music that I enjoy, not the kind of music that I listen to. Also, I don't really think that this could or this should win. Already based on the similarities with last year's winner. And we always have like examples of like some artists in some countries trying to do like what last year's or the winner from 2 years ago did. And this is what I feel happens here. And also, I wasn't overly a fan of Elena Nechaeva either when she was in Eurovision. And like, she didn't score that many votes either from like the public in order to like be close to victory, etc. So I don't see why JJ would.
I hope you're right. I hope you're right.
Okay, when I heard the song the first time, I was like, Austria tends to hype things up lately, France and Greece levels. And I have already said that that is not the way to go, because you are creating a level of expectancy which is impossible to reach. So I had to divorce myself from the first reaction and actually listen to the song a little bit away from that bubble. And I actually do like the song. I think it is a very well produced song. I think it's a beautiful mix of opera, techno, and electro dance. However, it doesn't take away from the fact that for the first minute and a half, I cannot understand a single word he's saying.
You can for the second part?
I'm an ocean of love.
No, because he's not saying much.
Wasted.
Yeah,
Let's get
I mean,
wasted.
as much as I don't skip the song, it is a very forceful product. I mean, this literally feels like the most Eurovision, like, cook me a Eurovision song and without telling me it's a Eurovision song. It's so forceful, it's so overdone, and listening to it at the pre-parties where he basically doesn't sing anything in the last 30 seconds, I feel like that's enough. Pre-recorded backing, get out, because we are getting these gray areas in songs with songs like these where they are, most of the time they are really, really good songs, but it does bring into question, is this a live vocal anymore? And I don't know what he's going to do at Eurovision, but that last 30 seconds is unsingable. So I don't know if we're going to go full on Gabri Ponti and he's going to be like, I don't know what he's going to do, but he's not even trying to look like he's singing it on the pre-parties. This just
He
feels
won't
forceful.
sing it, so yeah.
This just feels forceful, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but if the two, let's just take the odds. I think there are people who are contending to win that are not in the top 2 of the odds, but let's just take Austria versus Sweden. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I would rather see Sweden win. I think I would rather see Sweden win, because this is so forceful in my opinion. And another thing about it is that there used to be a time in Eurovision where Eurovision used to give an opportunity to countries to present a slice of their big divas, their biggest selling artists right now, and it's just like Eurovision is just a window to that country's music industry. And I see it this year with Finland, for example. I see it with
Ukraine.
Let's just say take Finland for an example. I mean, JJ, who's JJ? Who's JJ? And it keeps on building the vibe of this is a forceful Eurovision formula songwriting camp product that I think takes away from the beauty of Eurovision being a window in that country's music industry. And I'm not saying new artists shouldn't be in Eurovision, but I think we should give Eurovision back its prestige in presenting something that at least the people of that country are happy to take to Eurovision. And
well,
for that reason,
Teija is taking over Eurovision.
I wouldn't like this to win for that reason. Isaac, I have Armenia 23 places above Austria. Well, You
See,
better
remember
have
what I
our
said about
Finally.
it being the song for straight men?
Finally.
I mean, a lot of straight men watch and vote at Eurovision, so who knows?
This is true.
I don't like
Well,
Austria's
Austria.
song.
Yeah.
I agree with Ervin. Ervin, you've got your fans. Sophie, any final thoughts on Austria?
Yeah, mostly just that I'm surprised that we all agree. Again, it feels kind of like Belgium Part 2. Like this entry's been so hyped up in the fandom, and you struggle to find somebody who is maybe a little bit skeptical of it. And I completely agree with Ervin. For once in my entire life, the first time I listened to this, I instantly thought this is.
And I
just,
drank my
this is the
drink
type-
already.
So he can rehire me now, basically. Anyway,
You're hired.
I actually would have preferred it if he'd kind of gone for Alina Nechaeva rather than tagging this like 30-second long techno bit on the end to make it more like, let's try and do something different and Eurovision-y and make it like Nemo. Because that was my first instinct reaction when I heard it the first time, is this is Nemo, but it's not. It doesn't feel original, and it doesn't feel I don't know, it doesn't feel honest, it doesn't feel sincere, it feels like you say.
Yeah.
I think the word definitely is, it's forced. It feels like a song that, and it is a song that was written at a camp and just given to an artist, so it's hard to kind of build that emotional connection with it, which I just don't have. I think elements of it are good, but yeah, I just don't connect with it in the way that other people seem to be. And
Yeah.
I for that reason I don't want it to win, even though I don't think it's a bad product. It just doesn't feel, I don't know, sincere is the word. I feel like
I think
really.
for so many years Eurovision has traveled in different directions, and the winner of Eurovision was the flag bearer of which musical direction Eurovision is taking. And I feel like if this won, we would be stuck. We would be
Yeah.
stuck in a place which we have been at since Loreen has won with Tattoo, in my opinion. But to be honest, we have been stuck already. So if it wins, I wouldn't be surprised. I think this is the contender to win the jury vote with a very, very comfortable
Easily.
lead that would make it impossible for anyone to catch, similar to how Nemo won. And I do think that if that happened, it would have, let's just say, people would have to pull some strings. Isaac, not in this room. Not in this room.
Not in this room, no.
Not in this room.
No.
Just
ESC
before
Tom has it at first, but I quickly scrolled through like my friends on the scoreboard app, and he was the only one to have it at first. But a lot of people had it in the top 5.
But then
Well,
if
guess what?
nobody's got it first, are they going to vote for it?
We don't have free voting at ESC,
don't know.
so Austria. you're gonna
But
have
none
to
of
count.
them are in the juries. None of them are in the juries.
This is true. This is true.
Just before we transition into Greece, I want to take this opportunity to thank all of you guys who are watching. Quite a few people on the stream today, so thank you for watching. And don't forget to subscribe, because next Wednesday we are going to be talking about the second half of semi-final 2. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, and
It's coming.
It's coming the next Wednesday. Okay, Greece is up next, and I'm gonna go to Sophie first. What do you think of Oh, that hurts.
Funnily enough, when we came out of Eurofest in London the other day and we were in Vauxhall Station, there was a lady selling flowers and she was playing this song. And we were like, and we'd just come from Eurofest the night before. So we were like, are we like hallucinating Eurovision songs now? Like, are we that hungover? I mean, I wish it was that song, but look, I kind of feel similarly about this song as I do with Latvia. I think it's a very good it's a good song to have, and I enjoy it as like it's quality. Like I can't argue with that, and it's very classy, and it's a good live performance. But for some reason, it just doesn't connect with me. I don't know if it's like the Balkan melodies, or like just something about it just doesn't click. And I think this really needs to level up the staging, and I think it will. I think it if it has any chance of doing well, it will. So I can see that happening, because that big like snail trail of her like dress in the thing just wasn't there. It didn't work.
The
But
strawberry
she's an
ripples one.
yeah, it was not good. But she's an excellent live performer. And I can see myself watching this in the live shows and thinking, you know, like, I respect that a lot. That was good. It's just not necessarily for me. But you know what I will say? I love a girl who rocks the glasses. So I'm here for that.
And you did say that at the London Eurovision party as well.
Did I? I don't
yeah.
remember that, but I stand by.
Eston, what do you think? Sorry, Ervin first, because I have it written down for no other reason. Ervin.
Can't have all the glasses talk first.
Yeah.
Gotta mix it up.
This is actually one of the songs that grew on me since the national selection. I do enjoy it a lot more than I did. It has some sort of like haunting melody that I quite enjoy, and also like she sings this song amazingly. I do really hope that like they're gonna completely change the staging, because it made no sense to probably anyone outside of Greece, if it even made sense to people in Greece. And I do hope that she changes her outfit as well, because she sort of looked like, I don't know, like a secretary who works in like an accounting
She looked like
office
Chiara
or something.
in 1998. I swear it was the same fabric.
Plus the glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I do hope that they do these changes, and she's going to sound great, that's for sure. But I wouldn't necessarily put this down as a certain qualifier either, purely for the fact that Jana Terzi in 2018, with, in my opinion, a better song, failed to qualify, but with a very bad staging.
Okay, I'm gonna bring it down. Jana Terzi.
Bring it down.
As much, I'm a break it down. Sorry, Jana Terzi had a song that I loved. However, nothing was together on that performance. Even the vocal performance, to be honest, was very, very. It wasn't bad. It wasn't pitchy, but it was hollow, and it didn't come together. Like there were times I remember that I heard the backing vocalists more than her. And I can tell you one thing I have confidence in. Claudia will not be rocking the buzzer stage in a blue hand.
I should bloody hope so.
And if they do, I will personally advocate for Greece to not go to the final. This song is my second favorite of 2025, and unexpectedly so, because it's funny, my top two this year are both songs that I wasn't rooting for in their respective national finals. I was Team Elvana Giata and I was Team Evangelia. And if anyone dares to tell me I don't like fun songs, I will use that as proof as to explain how much I like fun songs. But I will give my same speech I did about Squadra Electronica for Claudia. I stand to be corrected sometimes, and I think the right song won in Ethnikos Telikos. This song is beautiful. I think the song has two awards, in my opinion, this year. It is the best vocal, the cleanest, crispest vocal of 2025, in my opinion. And I do think it is the best production. The way the song is produced is simply beautiful. It's got the best build. It's got the best progression. Just before the chorus, it actually has that percussive touch that makes you, that completely like wipes the slate clean, and whatever you're expecting, it puts it into question, and then you have a beautiful chorus. I love this. And it also, I wasn't expecting it to go so high, because I didn't start with so much love with this song. But I don't think you can test immediacy with Eurovision fans, because we have all sorts of expectations and biases. I mean, I have wanted Evangelia to go to Eurovision for a very long time, so I was a little bit biased there. This is fantastic. I love how it tells a story. I love that Claudia is is an artist that actually wants to tell a story, as opposed to some people singing about milkshake flavors. This is the whole package for me. It is what I come to Eurovision for. It is beautiful. It is in Greek. It is beautifully ethnic without being the stereotypical kind of alcohol is free, my number one, Zari kind of song that people tend to expect more from Greece. And let's keep in mind that Yana Terzi qualified with the televote in a much stronger semi-final with terrible staging and better and worse vocals than what Claudia will have. So I think this should be a comfortable qualifier. I really need the jury to clean their ears before Friday the 15th of May. And if Die Together by Amanda Tenfjord found its way in the top 5, I think, in the jury, or 6, I don't know. It was up there in the jury in 2022. This should be up there. This should be up there. ESTON, any final thoughts about Greece?
I agree, but with
who?
Sophie and Ervin.
Oh, get out of here.
So yeah, I'll combine Sophie and Ervin's thoughts and say that it isn't really something that I listen to. And at this point, it isn't something that I watch either, because that was a catastrophe. They need to change everything, or it will be Oniromu, and it will not qualify. But I think and even hope that they will have a good performance in Eurovision, because it is a quality song. I'm not arguing that. The beat sometimes like maybe overshadows everything. Like at some point, like boom. And I would like to hear more of the melody, not the click track.
I don't remember Claudia beatboxing.
No, the beat itself.
I'd like to
so
see
yeah,
it,
I'm torn with it. I don't listen to it actively. I don't mind it. I do like it when it's done well in Eurovision, I'm sure. At this point, yeah, it can go either way. I would not be surprised if it doesn't qualify, if they do mess it up. But I think they got it.
I was just
trying to imagine Claudia beatboxing in that outfit and those glasses on that stage.
That would be top tier Eurovision.
I'd tell a vote for that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't vote for that. And I will say I am very worried about the staging, to be honest, because it's Fokas Evangelinos again, and this man has given us some really nice stagings when we had a stage the size of my laptop. Takis Rovaz, Elena Paparizou. But he was also responsible for some very, very, very well done. And I say well done, not because they were well done, because they were like well done in a beefsteak kind of way. Sergei Lazarev. Overcooked.
He also did Demi with This Is Love.
I mean, but all of these are upbeat songs and very high energy songs. This is something completely different.
Gerd, ESTON, SEPP, thank you for restoring my faith in Greek staging. I have to admit I am worried.
Which is not saying that it's a positive if he hasn't done a song like this.
I'm pretty sure he has. I mean, Scream was a ballad, and that was pretty well staged. I just, oh my God, I hope to God Claudia will not be in a shower. Please, God, for the love of all that is holy, we cannot have Claudia in the shower. I am worried about the staging. Fokas, I mean, he also did Love and Fokas. We need this song to do well. I want this to go top 10. I think it will qualify, but I don't know. I have to see the staging. Moving on to Lithuania, closing us out tonight. And we have a lot of Catharsis fans in the building. So I'm going to start with Sophie. What do you think about Lithuania?
You're setting me up. What was it Ervin said about
I'm sacrificing
Latvia? That,
you to the fans.
You couldn't pay him to listen to it. Yeah, that's how I feel about this song, unfortunately. Look, most people don't follow the 5-week-long Lithuanian selection with 40 songs in it. I did. And this was probably in my bottom 5 of all the 40 songs. Look, I'm not opposed to rock, but when it's just kind of like generic, no melody, no hook, this to me is just kind of like 3 minutes of depression. Like, and look, I appreciate that. I can see that that's what some people are seeing in this. It's quite atmospheric and it's moody and it's dark. People like that sort of vibe. But when I just listen to it, I think like, God, is life in Lithuania like that bad? This is so dark. And there's nothing like, no kind of light moments to cut through. It's just 3 very intense minutes. And all of that, like, to one side. Is there any originality here? Like, genuinely? Or is it just a guy saying, Tavo, Tavo, Tavo? Like, could you sing me the melody back? No, probably not, because there is none. So I just, there's nothing for me to... No. Okay, you could sing it back to me, but it's not...
But it gets even more
not good.
depressing.
It gets
not
worse.
immediate. It's
No,
not
it's not immediate. And you know, that wouldn't necessarily be a problem if it was pleasant, but I just don't feel that way about it. But look, I can, like I said, I can appreciate it having that like dark element that people are attracted to. I know there's a lot of meaning in the lyrics and people feel emotionally attached to it, and you know, I will let you enjoy that. I'm not going to judge, but it's just absolutely not for me at all. I cannot listen to it. I just find it deeply depressing and not a fun time, and I don't think there's anything original going on at all.
Do you think it's qualifying?
I don't know. I don't think it should, but people like this sort of thing, don't they? I mean, again, another controversial opinion. I feel like it's similar to Måneskin. Like, it's just that kind of rock that doesn't appeal to me in any way, but the general public love this sort of thing. So it could go either
How
way.
is it even close to Måneskin?
Because it's just like generic rock music that you would hear anywhere. There's nothing special about it to me. It's
But
just
Måneskin actually has a
repetitive.
melody and a vibe.
Does
And
it? Does it have a
3 minutes
melody?
of depress.
Isaac in the chat, can you back me up, please? But
Sophie,
no.
you've been rehired.
Oh well, I'll be rehired next week probably.
True.
This is just a thorough absolute no from me. I can't remember if I've got this bottom or Croatia, but it's down there.
Oh,
Sorry guys, don't kill
I'll
me.
decide for you if it's a tie. ESTON, what do you think about Lithuania?
Yeah, it seems I'm with Sophie today. Completely agree. Like, this is just 3 minutes of depressing Tavo, 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 Tavo. And,
That was more
like,
expressive
honestly,
than he actually is in the song.
yeah, true. I had too much emotion. He's like a Finnish guy
She
singing
practiced
it
during the
with
day.
no emotions whatsoever. But even Finns send Eurovision songs with more energy and passion. So this is just, again, very near the bottom for me. I never listen to it. I always skip it. Like, it's a vibe. I don't absolutely hate it. It's like not a 1 out of 10 ranked song, but it's just depressing. There's no melody. There's nothing. And for me, like, the parallel I would draw is probably with what was the Latvian song? The Don't Cry. I
Southern
try
Light.
to.
No,
Yeah.
that had a melody.
Yeah, I hated that, but that actually had a melody. And I think
Yeah.
it might be a similar situation where a group of the fandom is obsessed with it and really loves it, but everyone outside that bubble will not get it. And the wider, broader audience in Eurovision, I'm not so sure, because Latvia at least has a melody and a vibe and something interesting. This is just depressing. And people watching it at a party, they don't come here for 3 minutes of suicidal sadness. So I would not be surprised if it doesn't qualify. I think it will be much closer to non-qualifying than people think and predict.
I think I'm just going to put this down to, I mean, one of you lives near London, the other one lives in Iceland. You guys don't get much sunshine. on the other end, I get quite some sunshine, and I love to see a little bit of clouds once every few weeks or months. But before I pad the defense, I'm gonna go to Ervin, who will start defense for me.
Here
So
we
I
go.
agree with one thing that Eston said, that this song is a vibe. That's the only thing I agree with him on. This is the kind of vibe that I really, really enjoy. And I mentioned this to the guys at Eurodiena ahead of the Lithuanian final, that this song was my absolute favorite in Lithuania. I love how moody it is. I love the way that like it was presented as well. They managed to bring the same sort of mood onto the stage as well and into their performance. If you just like look at the singer, if you look at the color scheme, if you look at everything, like the whole story of it comes together. I don't mind that it's repetitive, and I disagree that it doesn't have a melody, because
What's the chorus?
simply it does.
Do you want me to
Tavo,
sing it again?
Tavo,
That's
Yeah,
not
what's the chorus though? But what's the chorus?
The chorus is when he
No,
starts
well, no,
singing the
that's the
high
verse.
notes.
But that's the verse. What's the chorus?
The chorus is when he starts singing the high notes.
Not
Yes.
really a chorus, is it? But carry
Well,
on. Sorry.
Doesn't have to be. Yeah, I really, really like it. And I do lean more towards it qualifying rather than not. Just looking at the countries which are competing in the same semi-final, as both UK and Ireland are voting in the semi-final, Latvia is in the semi-final, Georgia, etc. I doubt that this is going to miss out, because all you need to score in a semi-final like this to qualify is about like 40 points, and I think that's going to be easy.
Yeah, I'm with Ervin. The room is split accordingly on this one, and I'm gonna start my defense by pinning Paulina's comment. This music is not for everyone, and I do take your points, both of you, Sophie and Ervin. But it's true. It's amazing when bands like Catharsis appear at Eurovision. Real music, real feeling, without tasteless glitter. Paulina, I couldn't have said it better myself. That is why I pinned your comment and I read it out. I really like the fact that Eurovision, despite all the efforts from countries like the United Kingdom and Australia, Eurovision is slowly, but it's slowly becoming a contest for camp glitter milkshakes, just rainbows, and a huge ton of, let's just say, disingenuous emotions that do not really exist in real life unless you're high on some sort of very, very, very disruptive drug. So, and it's fine to have like some of those songs. I mean, we can all sing "What the hell just happened" every few times.
But we won't.
But
We won't.
imagine Eurovision. Imagine Eurovision had 37 milkshake men and serving cunts and ich komme. And by the way, I like ich komme and I like cunt, but I do think there is a place for the song at Eurovision, and it does not stop in the semifinals. Obviously, we are discussing tastes here, so we are allowed to dislike these songs, and I mean, it's only fair. And I think this room is very representative of how people will feel about the song. Some people will really not get it, and they will not vote for it. But then there will be people like myself and Ervin who will appreciate this song in a semi-final full of milkshakes and microphone penises and whatever Mirjana
But is
Conte
it your favorite? Is it your favorite in the semi-final?
It is not my favorite, but I will be voting for this. Yes, I will be voting for this.
So even though it's not your number one, this is the song you will vote for.
This and Serbia are the songs I'm going to be voting for, yeah. And Latvia. Yeah, I have publicly outed my ballot sheet. I love it.
Discard it, disqualified.
I wasn't planning on voting for it, but now Lithuania can thank me for their votes. I'm just gonna vote for it because of ESTON now.
Right? Like, let's piss him off.
Maybe it's just a strategy that we agreed on later before.
Could be.
Promoted by Visit Lithuania.
Oh, I have to say, when I heard the song the first time, it's true, it wasn't an immediate offering. However, the way this grew on me, it's funny. Where are my notes? It's funny that we talked about Greece and Lithuania back to back, and they are back to back in the running order, because I do think
Yeah.
they are two of the greatest growers in this year's competition. Now, where I feel a little bit worried for the televote is that people don't vote for growers. People vote for immediate songs. So something like The Milkshake Man might have a little bit more appeal than this. However, where I will argue that this song I think is comfortably qualifying is that the fans of these kinds of songs, you're not going to find them in the Eurovision fandom. You're not going to find them on the Eurovision community. You're not going to find them on Twitter. You're not going to find them commenting on Public Reacts videos. You're not going to find them until the night of the semi-final, and they will turn up and they will actually vote for a song like this. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love a bit of fun and glitter, whatever, but there are people who feel like Eurovision is becoming too camp. There are also people who want to fight that we're not getting quality because it's an all televote semi, and I can see people who will protest vote and they will vote for songs like this, and I think this is qualifying. This is qualifying quite comfortably, and I would be happy to see it do well in the final. I mean, Lithuania always does well, to be honest. I can see this coming, if not top 15, very close to it. Yeah. Lillian, guys, don't compare the songs. They are two completely different songs. And Claudia, she's an amazing artist with a powerful voice. Thank you, Lillian, for talking to us about Greece.
Aristopoli.
Evkaristo Parapoli. And I don't know, no, ESTON, no. Yeah, we've all talked about.
I spoke about it, yes.
We've all talked about Lithuania. Well,
We're done.
That's it. Semi-final 1, first half. We have discussed it in depth. I will reveal, however, our collective rank in this semi-final. And the song that came first got 32 points, and the song that came 8th got 22 points. So it was very, very, very close. So in 8th place with 22 points, it pains me to say it, but it's Montenegro. In 7th place, it also pains me to say it, it also has 22 points, is Latvia. In 6th with 26 is Armenia, and 12 of those points came from Ervin alone. In 5th is Lithuania with 28. In 4th is Ireland with 30. In 3rd is Austria with 31. In 2nd is Australia with 31. And with 32 points, our collective favorite in this semi-final is Greece.
Okay.
Like I said, also 12 of those points are down to me. Well, Lithuania's out. I want to ask one question before we close off, because I think in the semi-final we have a lot of borderline qualifiers, and it's I think it's going to be it could be one of the closest semi-final we have had in a very long time. Of the countries we have discussed in this semi-final, give me one country that you would be surprised if it came in the top 5 of the semi.
Montenegro is a definite one for me.
For me, it's Armenia.
Latvia.
Okay. Well, we all have different ones. Eston had to get to a work call, but I'm going to close with Paulina saying Catharsis would definitely qualify because there simply aren't any more songs in that style, and anyone who understands this kind of music will definitely vote for them. Paulina, I agree. I think you're on the money, and what can I say? Like and subscribe. Guys, thank you so much for joining me on this live stream. We will be back next week to talk about the second half of semi-final 2. Thank you for anyone who watched. If you want to watch this live stream on the replay, please do so. And now you can share your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe. Come and find me on social media. And you can find these two beautiful people below me on ESCBubble. And Eston has his own channel where he's currently reacting to the songs with his mom, whose name I always butcher. I know her name is Girly, but it's nicer to call her Girly Eston SEPP. And he's going to kill me. Thank you so much. Have a good night, Europe. Bye bye.
Bye, everyone.